Shall I dance? Okay, before I get into the anime review on Log Horizon this week, I want to let you all know, the entire section with the actual storyteller was not supposed to happen in this episode, or let alone this early on. A lot of people were stating that pretty much the storyteller, whoever this girl is that was telling Shiroe's story for some reason, was actually someone that appears later on in Light Novel Volume 5, but they did not want to actually introduce this character at the probably end of Season 1 of Log Horizon. So, if they're willing to actually introduce a character like this early on to make sure they don't have a massive plot drop on all of us on literally the last episode, I think that's why they went to the events of changing up the actual, I guess, route a little bit of the story. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who this girl is or nothing like that. I just saw a lot of people talking about it, saying like they changed up events and introduced this person. This episode was more of a slice of life episode and pretty much focused on the ball scene and having a peaceful time with negotiations of all the actual factions of the people of the land to the round table, which was very entertaining. One of my favorite moments in this episode, though, I have a lot of favorite moments. There's different pinpoint moments I like, but I love Nyata. Oh my god. Sarara and Nyata are just adorable. When she has those tears of smiling, I was like, ah! I love it. I love the adorable moments. All the actual main female cast got a little bit of a role with cute, just little designs, character designs in this episode. Like, they all had new hairstyles, which was awesome. The only actual female cast member I think that didn't have really a new hairstyle this episode was Lanicia. So, I'm upset with that, but Krusty and Lanicia's dance was awesome. Just the way the actual emotions atmosphere around that was, with the actual, like, sparkly background, was adorable. What really made the moment so good, though, is when he says, you'll have 3 meals a day and get to sleep whenever you want. And then she's like, oh, that means I can lay around for 3 days without having to take a bath. And then freaking Krusty says, no, that'd be quite a problem. You need to take a bath. So, I love the actual comedy elements between these two. They make such a great couple. I mean, now we're gonna get to see Lanicia actually more involved in the story since she's going to be becoming an ambassador to the round table in Akiba. So I'm looking forward to this. This will definitely add some more form of communication with the actual people of the land with her. So looking forward to that. Now, this episode had a lot of plot in it. I mean, major plot development. Like, for instance, we find out from last episode, Shiroe made a new world-class magic where he could actually make a contract and turn people of the land into adventurers. Well, supposedly, in the western side of Elder Tale Online, there's someone else that made a new magic. We don't exactly know who this person is. It was hinted at it, and the actual mage, the Archmage, pretty much knows who did it, but at the same time, he can't really pinpoint it. Supposedly, it's in Minami, the town in Minami where a bunch of adventurers are. Speaking of adventurers, there's so many towns in Elder Tale Online, I completely forgot about other adventurers that's just not stationed in Akiba, so that completely crossed my mind for some reason. It really did. So it's going to add some more different development and culture with this series, getting to see how other towns have handled the apocalypse compared to how Akiba's handled it, because we know how Akiba has actually transformed into a nice economic type community with, you know, having a joyous town, carefree town. But we don't know exactly how the other towns have developed since the entire apocalypse. We don't know if they're actually tormenting the people of the land like some towns are, or are they actually developing technology like the actual steam train we saw Akiba do. So I am very curious to find out the culture where they develop the other towns. Now, another thing, there seems to be a spreading rumor on Shiroe in this episode. Like, a lot of people are starting to talk about him, saying he's evil, bad, behind the scenes, manipulating everybody. He's the shadow in the dark, which technically, if you think about Shiroe, he technically is a shadow in the dark. He's like the strategist behind the scenes. But still, I mean, all these rumors going around, I think I could pinpoint exactly who it is, just from the events in this episode. The entire section, when you get to see the girl that, I don't know her name, is telling the story to the people of the land children, and just pretty much telling all the events that happened up to the point of Shiroe saving Rudy in the last episode and turning him into a venture. That's all she told the story up to. So, this girl is either stalking Shiroe, or there's something else going on behind the scenes. I mean, is this girl an adventurer? Or is she a people of the land, Izumo Knight? There's a lot of questions around that. Or could she be the creator of the games that I've been trying to probably speculate, or maybe inside of this series? So really, a lot of theories and plot was just completely dropped on us. I felt like it was a very good point to drop this type of plot because it wouldn't feel so rushed. Because if they were to actually drop all these different elements of plot on the last 2 episodes of Log Horizon, I would feel like they were just rushing the ending, and I would be so pissed with that cliffhanger if it ended. Judging by how they tried to put the events a little bit early, there most likely is going to be a Season 2 of Log Horizon, which will have me so freaking hyped. Because I know a lot of us right now that even you guys are probably watching this anime review love Log Horizon, because it's just a series that's taken us back with how in-depth it is. So, I'm interested to find out what happened next. I really am. I'm curious exactly what this other world-class magic is and what can it do. We have another event going on in the west side of Eldertown Line, so what type of event is the Demon Festival? So, it looks like we're going into a new arc, and people are saying we're starting to get into Volume 5 of the light novel. So, looking very forward to this next upcoming arc. Tell me your thoughts on this episode, and oh yes, I almost forgot one other thing that happened this episode. Holy crap, Isuzu and Rudy. You gotta feel so bad for Rudy. Seeing how Isuzu pictures Rudy as a freaking dog holding up his hand. I laughed. That was great. Great, Isuzu. You completely killed the romance moment Rudy was trying to have with you. So, great episode. Tell me your thoughts on this episode. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? And what do you think about this upcoming arc going to be happening in Log Horizon? Do you feel all these events are sticking true to the light novels, and that you felt like the entire events, the way they changed it up a little bit to introduce this so soon, was a lot better than the way they probably would have handled it in the actual sticking true to it? Tell me your thoughts. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please stay safe. Chibi out.